All right. Welcome back, everybody. Hope everybody's doing all right. Yeah, just like always, let's just take a little bit of time for people to realize my stream is live. We do have a little bit of time, and it's 12:30 UTC on the dot. I am on time. Yeah, I'm very stoked about this. Very happy. Let's have a look at the different streams. What are they doing? Oh, is YouTube set up correctly? Yeah, YouTube is streaming. This is great. D Live is streaming as well. I see we already have a viewer. Hello, viewer. How are you doing? Yeah, don't be shy. Feel free to talk in the chat. Ask your questions. Yeah, I'd be really happy to answer them all. Let's have a look at Twitch. Twitch is also streaming. So this is great. This is really awesome. Yeah. And okay, let's wait a few more minutes. In the meanwhile, there's a lot of stuff happening. There's a lot of people talking about all sorts of targets and stuff. And of course, now we want to know how valid are these targets? Is all this in the realm of possibilities? This is what we want to know, of course. So I thought of a few little ideas to gauge how far we could be going, what could be happening. But yeah, like always, before starting, I'm going to pick back up where we left off yesterday, and then we go from there, one level at a time, one step at a time, just like always. Cool. So let's have a look. D-Live. Yeah, we have one viewer, so viewer, whoever you are, thank you for joining. I'm going to hit the record button, and then we're just gonna dive right in, just like always. Feet first. Go for broke. Yeah. No, not really. We're trying to be making money. We're in the business of making money here, not trying to lose as little as possible, right? All right, and I hit the record button. Well, welcome back for all you people tuning in later or watching the rerun. I hope you're doing great. Right here where I'm living, we're having a really sunny day. We also have very sunny horizons on the chart. I hope you're doing great. I hope you're having great positions. Yeah, let's first start where we left off yesterday, and then let's have a look at what the possibilities are going to be for the next moves and yeah, the next coming days, maybe. So where did we leave off yesterday? Yesterday I was streaming at about let's have a look. I got in a little bit later. What time was it when I started streaming? I think it was 3 p.m. or so. So yeah, we were right in the move of inside this blue box area. And what did I say? As long as we don't start making a lower low, this is not a really confirmed rejection. What happened is that price did move a little bit down. We had the retest of the lower edge of the blue box, and then eventually we started getting our closes above the green trend line and also above the red trend line. So like I said, closing above these trend lines would mean really good stuff for price action to the upside. But then, of course, you know, how far will it go? Which is going to be the limit? Where should you be taking profit? How do you look at these situations coming from here? Because this is a tricky situation. On the one hand, if we zoom out and we look at the macro side of the entire structure here, what do we see? We see that we are entering in a very volatile area. Like this is the entire history of Bitcoin. If we look at the volume profile right here, there is nothing but thin air. The last, the all-time high was sitting at 20,000. So is 20,000 within reach? Quite frankly, I would say yes. As we are presenting right now, I do think 20,000 is in the cards. Not in one straight shot. I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe this is possible. But of course, we want to make sure that we are not reading these things completely wrong, right? So first of all, let's zoom back in. The first thing we want to take an eye on is what is RSI saying? How far could we actually see this thing move? So right now we are on the 1 hour chart making new higher highs compared to this entire structure here. I also think that this is a higher high. So 83, 88. Yes, this is a higher high. I'm not reading this wrong. Yeah, 86. Yeah, indeed. On the RSI, we did negate completely the bearish divergence, the potential bearish divergence that could get into play. But this does not mean that right now it's just going to shoot up in a straight line, because eventually we are going to be sold out. We are going to be oversold, and people along the way have the tendencies to at least want to keep their positions safe and take some profit left and right. Now, I hope that I am not wishful thinking, because I took profit a little bit in this lower area. I have been waiting for a little more of a dump that didn't come. So yeah, basically if I would have held on to my position, yeah, I would still be laughing towards the bank. But yeah, I'm a little bit of a chicken. And yeah, I try to be happy with the things that I can pocket, and then I try not to be too greedy and not to look back too much of about what could have been and what should have been and all these things. But now that we are sitting in this high area here, it's safe to say that eventually we are going to see a little bit of a retest. Well, at least I think we are going to see a little bit of a retest, maybe after testing this red horizontal resistance line, because this comes back from also way back into the past. Because this is now the only structure that we can look for some sort of clues about what could possibly happen. So where did I put this red line here? Well, actually no. I would be inclined to say that this red line, it's not going to be a really strong resistance line. I think, I think I would maybe just expect a little bit of a bounce against it, but I think this one is going to break quite easily. Now, the green line sitting here, I think this one is going to be a little more valid. But yeah, like I said, right here, we are actually in price discovery mode. What would be a healthy situation, in my opinion, and this is only my opinion, would be at least a little bit of a retest, because I'm sure that some people who have been taking profit in this area are going to try at least to look for a new entry point, such as myself. I'm also keeping my eyes peeled for another new entry point. But for now, on the longer term, I do think that we are in a strong uptrend. There's not much that I can discuss about this. There's no sign of any kinds of reversal. Maybe here, making those lower highs, those slightly lower highs. But let's see what kind of RSI rate we need in order to break this trend and to confirm even more of an uptrend. And price just keeps on going. It keeps on going. So let's have a little bit of a measurement, and let's see what could be possible. What would be the targets that we need to break in order to be able to keep the uptrend going for a longer time. So let's take just the highest high here, sitting at 90.15, and we're going to type this into the magic calculator. And so yeah, for the daily, closing above 15,030 would make it, and then we could easily let price pull back a little bit without getting in trouble, without seeing too much of a big breakdown. But this is the daily chart. Since we are only halfway through the day, I'm going to go a little bit lower, and I'm going to do that same thing with the 6-hour chart. So on the 6-hour chart, the high to break would be sitting at 95. This is maybe a little bit crazy here. Let's take let's take this one as a local high, sitting at 91.40, and here to break this, I think I already have a little bit of guessing. Yeah, we would need to break 17,195. So are we going to get there in one straight shot? Probably not. Are there going to be some bounces along the way? I do expect at least a few bounces, a few retests of the lower areas. Actually, right here, I was already expecting a little bit of a breathing in before we move all the way up. But yeah, this is the land of cryptocurrencies, and this is why I don't make predictions. What I do is actually look at certain levels to hold or to break, and this could be a better reference for you to see where you want to have your position, where you want to set your position, and how you are going to manage the risk on that position. Now let's move back to the lower time frame, because right here on the 1-hour chart we are actually looking really exhausted. We are going to break all the highs on the RSI, which is a good thing, and once these points set, this is where actually price is going to be able to start cooling down on the RSI, because this is where a lot more buyers are sitting. And yeah, this is actually where way too much buying is being set. And yeah, when price is exhausted like this, then usually we do see RSI pulling back a little bit. Now, this doesn't mean when RSI pulls back, because a lot of people think RSI pulling back is also the price, pulling back. This is just the buying and selling pressure that starts to even out a little bit more when RSI is super high. That means nobody is selling anymore and it's only buying, buying, buying. On the other hand, when RSI is sitting low, it means a lot of people are selling and nobody is buying anymore. So this shows where the pressure is moving towards. And like you can see, RSI usually doesn't stay for a long time in the very, very high areas, but as it moves down, you can see that sometimes price just ranges in between some ranges before making the really bigger moves. The bigger moves usually are confirmed when RSI is breaking above the 65 or below the 45 reads. Now, of course, we want to see also if RSI starts to break down or if RSI starts to cool down, which levels we want to see being respected in order to get maybe even a stronger bullish signal that signalizes there's been a lot of accumulation, or maybe also which levels we do not want to get in trouble with. So on the downside, it's going to be really easy. What we want to see is RSI peaking below some of the local lows, making a bullish divergence without breaking the price height of these lows corresponding on price action. So this is actually what we're going to be looking for if we see price move down, and probably this would be the good area to start thinking about entering a new long position if you took profit, or if you're not in a position. This is where I would start looking for a long. So what do we see? We have some nodes here at 14,500, which could lead to some really nice support area. We also do have this node starting at 14,000, let's call it 14,200, 14,150. And then here, this big block, I don't think we are going to break this, even if we range down. This one is sitting at 13,900. So let's crunch the magic numbers and let's see what we can come up with. So first of all, I would like to test this one and see what this says. So this one is sitting at 63.45. So let's crunch the number, 63.45. And what do we come up with? 14,500-ish. So like I said, this node here would be a very nice area to already start considering looking for a long position, because right here we do have some potential bullish divergence that could be forming, and this would be a nice thing already. Now let's look at the other one, this one here. This one would be sitting at 40.84. Let's call it 41, just to be easy on the math. So 41, this would be 14,030. So 14,030 would actually be setting us in line with the bottom of the blue box. I think if we reach down there, that would be a really strong signal that would confirm like a lot of accumulation being done. Probably we might be stuck for just a little while, because accumulation on such a level is going to take a little bit longer for people to feel comfortable in it again. But let's have a look even at the lower areas, because these are not out of the question at all as well. We do have 33.23, so let's crunch the number, 3.23, and this gives us a 13,700. 13,700 would be just about in line with this node here. Let me mark it off. So yeah, a lot is possible. I do not think we're going to reach this low if we make a retest. I do think more probably that the green trend line here, I'm even inclined to remove the red one, just because it's more of a local structure that has been broken, and this green line comes from a longer way, so it has more history, it has more validity. And seeing how the green line lines up more or less with the 500-ish area, I do think this could be a valid point of entry. Maybe also here the green horizontal, let's set it a little bit lower on the edge of the node here. This could also already be a valid point where we could see the price touch and just shoot up again. But for now, not a lot of bearish thoughts. I'm not gonna have to make this this stream too long, because on the downside there's not a lot of downside to be seen. We really we need a complete meltdown of the price. And yeah, I hope by then you already closed your position and you started to be a little more careful and patient before entering a new position. But yeah, the blue box, I think the blue box would be like a good reference point. I don't think I would be waiting or expecting just a swipe lower than this if and when we do get a retest of the lower areas. All right. Now, just for funs and giggles, let's look at the dollar. Let's see what the dollar strength is doing. And yeah, yesterday I was expecting the dollar here to make its move up. We did see a strong move to the upside, but it got completely rejected, broke down. Right now we are sitting right here in this this lower area in the blue box. And what is happening? What are we seeing? We do see potentially we could start getting some divergences coming into play, but basically I think that that this is game over for a little bit longer than this. We might see a retest first of the higher area, making a lower low, and then eventually keep on going. But this is also a little bit to be expected with all the stimulus that is going around. So yeah, tricky situation. A lot of stuff is happening, especially with the elections in the US and stuff, because there's a lot of uncertainty. The markets are going to be very volatile, and making long-term predictions here is kind of like you know, throwing your hat in the wind and trying to guess where it's going to land. Yeah, it's a hard thing to do. That's what I'm trying to say. Now let's look at E-mini futures. E-mini futures is making its move to the upside, just like Bitcoin is doing, exactly the same. For now, they look pretty much correlated. We do see a little bit of a correction, a little bit of a swipe down. Why is that? Why is that? Right here, we did get a little bit of a bearish divergence, so possibly we hit a little bit of a top. We could see some retest of the lower areas, just like here, or something like this. Yeah, I would say here would already be a nice retest. And yeah, on the highs, let's not look for the highs right now. I think at least a retest of this area if we start going down for a little bit and then start moving up again. So basically, yeah, I'm probably expecting something. I'm hoping for something similar on the Bitcoin chart, but nothing is set in stone. Wait for a retest of the lower areas before jumping in. Never dive in without thinking, because you could crack your head and you could break your wallet. Yeah, and you don't want to do that, right? Now, let's have a look at what other magic could be seen. Because I think this is going to be a very short stream. There's not a lot of ups and downs to talk about. Things are just floating according to plan, and right now is just setting your limits and trying to see where you want to get out, take profit, get back in, and play all that good stuff. Now, S&P 500 on the longer term. On the longer term, we do see a series of lower highs on the RSI. We do see a series of lower highs on the price action, which is just normal continuation. So nothing to be concerned about. And we do see a very smudge of a bullish divergence here on the S&P, which also does imply that we are recovering and that we could be seeing new higher highs being printed in the near future. Does this mean that this is going to happen today? Today, I think we are going to see a little bit of a pullback, just same thing, just cooling down a little bit, looking for new entry points, maybe sitting on these areas here. This could be very, very possible. At worst, maybe a retest of the blue box area, but I don't think we are going to break this low. I think maybe something like this could be possible. This could be playable, maybe. Let's have a look at the RSI levels just to see what we need. We are going to, if RSI cools down, I think we are going to get below this area because, well, actually no. I think it could be a valid read, just breaking under this and having a little bit more continuation. But this is not going to be strong. The reaction from here is not going to be explosive. A more explosive reaction would be having a divergence with this area here. Okay, so just let's have a look. This is 62.7 and this one 46. So 62.7, what does that tell us? 3434. So yeah, that's more or less where we are already sitting. So yeah, that doesn't really say a lot. If we break a little bit lower, like yeah, under the gray line, touching a little bit under the gray line, that would already be fine as long as we don't break this area here. Now let's look a little bit further on this one. 46. Let's see, 46. What does 46 say? 3372. So that would be within the blue box area. So yeah, possibly what would be a very nice situation is seeing price just retest within this zone and then continue its move to the upside. But for now, like I said, price is looking pretty much exhausted, and in order to break this high, we will need a 91 on the RSI. So 91, what does this say? This gives us a, wow, 3863. So 3863, this is way up there. You see, this one is not within reach. Well, not on the S&P. You won't see these huge spikes at once. If it were Bitcoin, I would say, yeah, it's possible. But S&P 500 is not going to move so fast. So let's do the same thing on E-mini futures. E-minis. E-mini future is actually looking a lot better on that regard, because I think this high would be a lot easier to break. We are sitting here at 81, let's call it 82. And that would be, yeah, 53.33. We're almost there. As soon as we break out of this this liquid zone here, we are in the clear for this structure. Then of course is the big one here. But as long as we don't make a higher high on price with this one, we're not in trouble anyway. So yeah, then once we get a little bit higher, taking up some momentum and moving back up would be a very healthy situation. Now let's go back to Bitcoin, the Bitcoin chart. As we can see right here, we are a little bit rejecting. How low could it go? Like I said, somewhere in this triangle area, that would already be a very nice entry point in my opinion. Maybe even a little bit lower in the blue box. This is where I would even consider doubling up on my position. But yeah, for now, I'm going to leave you guys with it. I'm sorry if this was a little bit of a shorter video, but yeah, there is not a lot more to say than these things, you know. We are looking at a very positive situation. If we see some pullback, just yeah, buy the dip, and yeah, let's ride it out from here. As long as we do not break any major structures on the low end here, then yeah, nothing is broken, everything is cool. So yeah, I'm wishing you the best of days. I'm hoping you guys are doing great. If you want to support my channel, if you want to give me a little kickback, remember, you can sign up to ByBit. Go to my website. Go to the website. You will find a sign up form. Just click the sign up button, sign up using my affiliate link. And if you want to join my Discord channel and be able to reach me 24/7, just fill out this email list. Use the email with the email you use to sign up for ByBit, so I can verify that you're actually signed up, and then you will get access to the VIP Discord. There's a few other people. I'm trying to grow a community, so I would really be happy to see you guys in there, so we can grow and learn together. Now I'm gonna leave it for this. Thank you very much. I hope to see you guys tomorrow, same time, same channel, 12:30 UTC. Thank you guys, and I'm gonna push the button. Bye bye.